Hello everyone, Pallytime here. Welcome back to Diablo 3. This is a continuation of the free time series. I'm still playing Diablo in my free time, thus Diablo is the game we're going to continue playing in this series. So as far as progression since the last video, if you look up at the top left, you'll see I'm Paragon level 260. In the last video, I believe we started at 150. Now, I did go on a vacation for about a week. So it's probably been about 8 or 9 days since the last recording session for this. But basically this is a culmination of just playing a few hours a night, maybe like an hour here, an hour there. And really, once you hit Torment 6, I mean, you get 1600% XP gain. So I've just been knocking out content like crazy. Like the levels are really starting to add up quick. You may notice that my damage is over 1 million. In the previous video, I think I may have melted the weapon. No, it's still here. In the previous video, we were still using this Sunder as my main hand weapon. You know, the Sunder was okay. It got us up to rank 30 or something, I think, but I found this Ancient Warmonger with, like, what the fuck good rolls. It has almost cap damage. I did try to re-roll that a little bit higher. It has 10% weapon damage added onto that, and then 1300 dexterity, which is about a medium roll. But you could see the DPS on this weapon is huge, but more importantly, remember, we are looking at damage scaling, which is under the damage per second number. Our old weapon capped out at 3400. Our new weapon caps out at 4300, which, remember, all of our skills are scaling off weapon damage. So our Wave of Light is now hitting harder, our Exploding Palm is hitting harder, our Sweeping Wind is hitting harder. So overall, it was a huge increase to the potential of our character. As far as the rest of our gear goes, I'm still sitting on, well, actually I got a different Ring of Royal Grandeur. This one's an Ancient, but I believe it has the same stats as the other, or maybe it doesn't actually. Anyway, it had higher dexterity rolls and it gave me a little bit more damage, but as far as rings go, we're only using this to reduce our set piece requirement still. It's certainly not the best ring for that slot at all as far as stats go, just for the bonus. Still doing 3-piece on Wukos, still doing 3-piece Innas, we still have the crudest boots. I have switched out my helm though. In previous episodes we were using Leoric's Crown, which is right here. It basically increases the effectiveness of the gem in it, but I've switched out to the, oh, I haven't actually tried to say this yet, the Sozkrin Gaze. How do you say TZO? It's barely a word. Anyway, that's what we have switched to. The main reason for that, if we take this off, this is the maximum range that I can cast my Wave of Light. If we put it on, we can cast it wherever we want to. So essentially, it was a way of increasing my survivability through simply positioning. I mean, I'm able to run away from bosses now and still deal damage. Speaking of increasing my survivability, I have changed around my passives yet again. I believe we are running with momentum. Moving 25 yards increases your damage by 20%, which, don't get me wrong, is a phenomenal passive. Like, if we move, all of a sudden our damage goes up to 1.3 million. But I have been running with Resolve. The damage you deal reduces enemy damage by 20% for 4 seconds. So whenever we hit someone, they automatically deal 20% less damage, which is pretty important at the current time. I have been upgrading the Templar a little bit. He still doesn't have the relic I want him to have, but we have made some strides in the rest of his gear. We've increased his damage to elites. We've increased his physical damage with his shield. I have a Stone of Jordan on him that also increases his physical damage. I tried, oh, and his elite damage as well. I tried to re-roll the Stone of Jordan to give me strength stats, but it was only giving me dexterity. Basically, the Templar scales off of strength, and obviously all my gear is dexterity. So I think that's why I was getting dexterity rolls. I'm not too sure. And then I have found my first unity I think I've ever found in this game, and it was a strength roll. So I was like, here you go, buddy, you can have that. What the unity does is all damage taken is split between the wearers of this item. So if the Templar is wearing a unity and I'm wearing a unity, then all of a sudden I'm taking 50% less damage. There's a relic for the Templar that allows him to never die. he could take damage just like normal, but he will never fall in battle. And basically, when you have that relic along with the double unity, all of a sudden you can progress into a lot harder content. I don't have that yet, which is why we're sitting on those passives to increase our toughness. I have been thinking about maybe switching in the 2-piece Ogled set, which is this set right here. It would reduce damage from elites by 15% and reduce damage from ranged and melee attacks by another 7%. It would also increase our damage to elites as well, but I would lose my exploding palm bracers and keep the Sun Wuko. So that was a long-winded intro. I think I've delivered that pretty well. What I have in my inventory is a Greater Rift Keystone rank 34. In the previous episode, we hit rank 30 and it was crazy difficult. I would like to try a 34 today. It's a very significant step up, but I feel like I'm ready for it. Maybe. That was a good transition. Oh, my fraps is showing. Excuse me. Let's fix that. Alright, so we're just going to be spamming Sweep and Wind to stack our Teguk. All of my greater gems are at level 25 or higher, so we are getting both benefits from all of our gems. Let's go ahead and blink out of that frost thing. Trying to stay out of this fight, again, using my helmet that we have now to deal damage at a distance. The Templar and my air elementals are mostly tanking this guy, so it's really, really, really beneficial to our survivability. This is one of the worst guys we could possibly go up against, starting out, because he is shielding. It's going to take me a little while to kill him. We'll just go ahead and get these orbs, and then we'll keep on keeping on. Looking for dense groups of enemies to kill. Whenever I run out of spirit, I am casting the air elemental, and because we have the boots, we get double the spirit return on the air elemental. Alright. Let's make our way in here, man. The density's not looking terrible. Most of these mobs are pretty easy to take down. They have a little bit of health, but that's nothing a wave of light can't take care of. Alright, let's make some progress. Oh, we got a blue plaque here. Electrified, molten, frozen, dead. Excuse me, that exploding pop damage erupting from all of those ads was more than enough to take those motherfuckers down. We are making some crazy good time right now. Oh, don't die, don't die. Alright, gonna go ahead and pop Epiphany because I want to stay away from this dude. He does have a lot of ads around him, so I'm gonna throw some wave of lights back in that direction, but we are gonna fall in battle. First death, we're gonna be able to revive pretty quick. I do not have immunity to Arcane, but this guy will not last that long if this goes to plan. So oh, okay, that did not go to plan. That was a ton of damage, okay. I was trying to focus on spreading the exploding palm to the ads around him rather than actually focusing on him, because obviously that will deal a ton of damage when they explode. He's still at about half health though. Alright, we're just going to keep backing up, casting this spell at range, hopefully from safety. We are being hit by that electrification. Go ahead and pop Epiphany for that spirit regen. I don't know why I walked into that. There we go. Another one down. You can see because of that helmet, it really does increase my survivability. I'd have less cooldown reduction, but I find that while I'm just walking through here spreading exploding palms, typically the air elementals provide enough spirit at my current level of CDR that I'm totally fine. So we don't really need more. Go ahead and pick up this shield pylon just to have it. And you see right when I ran out of spirit, the air elementals were ready to go again. Pretty good. It's pretty good. So I've heard that the season is coming to an end on April 10th, which is about 20 days away from right now at the time of this recording. I still have not found the weapon that I'm looking for to really complete this build, which is discouraging. It's very discouraging. I want to get the weapon before the season ends. I want to get another... Whoa, that's a lot of mobs. We'll go ahead, drop the wave of lights. Hopefully they explode and kill that blue pack. Looks like they killed the majority of the blue pack. There we go. Nicely done. I want to be able to push at least 40 on these greater rifts. And one tool that will allow me to do that is another Unity. And another tool that may allow me to do that is the Torch Diablo, which increases the effectiveness the resource cost effectiveness of these wave of lights, these pillars I'm putting down, which deal so much damage. So hopefully I can get that soon. Something interesting to note, I don't know if it's because of like increased XP gain or just pure efficiency of the monk, but I went back on my, normal witch doctor that I used to play forever ago. I used to make videos about my main witch doctor all the time. Like I was making a lot of guides and stuff. I went back and just logged onto that character. I'm only Paragon 298. In 2 or 3 weeks, I've managed to hit Paragon 260 on this monk. I was pretty taken back by that. I mean, I've always played Diablo casually, but the efficiency of leveling on this monk has just been absurd. Absolutely absurd. Alright, we got another fire chains here. Fire chains are actually one of the most deadly enemies I can go up against for that reason you just saw there. If ever they reposition, it's a pain. Not only are these going to be a pain, they're teleporter fucking vortex fire chains. One of the worst combos you can ever go up against. They're going to be constantly repositioning around me, and there's not much I can do about it. So I'm going to be running away mostly, and hoping that they just simply walk into my pillars and die. I can't really cast these pillars over the wall. They have to be in the doorway. And there you can see they teleported right behind me and just took me down. And I died instantaneously. This one is going to be a challenge to take out. One of them's almost dead, but killing only one of them is simply going to make the other stronger because they have the Avenger affix. So, I may even consider running away from these guys, but they're just going to teleport to me. I'm really not sure what to do. Limiting the number of them is a good thing, I guess, because it means... Oh! Okay, I'm gonna have to run. I can't do this. This is gonna eat up all my time. But limiting the numbers of these guys would be a good thing because they can't surround me as easily as they have been. It's a blue pack with 5 in it rather than 3. Makes it significantly more difficult to deal with. I'm just gonna res here and I'm gonna jump over this wall with our dashing strike. That's the plan anyway. Hopefully it'll let me go through it. There we go. Alright, I'm getting out of here. We're gonna leave those guys behind. Focus on these ads. We have to make up a little bit of time. And of course they followed me. Oh no. Oh no. Alright, I've casted Epiphany. I'm just gonna hop around, EP everything, and then blow them up. And hopefully this will kill the blue pack. Because the blue pack is in this area. It looks like I've taken down several of them, as these guys are very large compared to what they were before. Epiphany's still running. We are teleporting to the enemies that we're attacking. I'm going to drop the wave of lights, and oh, they have to be close to death. They have to be. All right. Getting away from them. We're going to pop the air elementals for the extra spirit, and they have been taken down, or at least one more of them has. Looks like there's 2 more in there. I do not have spirit. This is... Oh no, there's another! They're coming from everywhere now! Okay, let's kite them to more ads. That's gonna be the best way to deal with this. I'm just gonna start to spread the EP. Here's one coming in here. I did a little bit too much damage. Okay, so we could choose to go to the next room, or we could choose to stand and fight them. And I chose to stand and fight. And, okay, we made it out with a little bit more rift progress. I'm not gonna waste time with these. It's only 3 dudes. Let's go to the next area. Dashing strike in. I'm not afraid of nothing. Okay, these big dudes will actually probably hit me for my entire health bar, and that's not even a joke. That was kind of a haphazard hit. Like, if they do the above their head hit, it's gonna be painful. Also, they have a ton of health, so I'm gonna try to just avoid these guys, although they appear to be everywhere. Is this a horde affix? I think it is. This guy has a ton of ads. That's what I love to see. Let's go ahead and just boom. That's a ton of damage. That's a ton of damage. Poison Enchanted Wormhole Waller Horde. One of the easiest things ever to deal with. Let's go ahead, hop out Epiphany for that spirit regen. And we'll be able to take this guy down, no problem. And I think that will summon the boss. Now, I do not have Epiphany for the boss, but we have plenty of time to make this work. Oh, almost there. Almost there. We're at like 99%. Alright, let's get away from these big guys. Oh no, another set of fire chains! Kill it, kill it, kill it. There we go. There we go. Who do we got? This is... Okay, I don't remember. Is he the electricity guy? No, he's the poison guy. Okay. Okay. Alright, I already used the air elementals for the spirit regen. You can see that I can stay back at a safe distance with this helmet, which is it's been pretty crucial, actually. He has a ton of health, though. Gonna go ahead and pop Epiphany. Stand here and spam our wave of light. Hope for the best. I think we have enough time. He's at half health. The air elementals are over there tanking him. The Templar doesn't know where he is yet. I just got my second Epiphany. Now, the downside to switching out helmets was the time between Epiphanies is increased pretty significantly, which isn't a problem for clearing trash at all, but it does become an issue for taking down bosses like this. It definitely has increased my kill time. But I think we're going to get this guy just fine. He seems to be completely ignoring me, just going for my ads, which I am completely fine with. Right now I'm just holding shift to keep my character still. I don't want to go towards him at all. I might have to back up again if he does another AoE. Basically, where his attention at right now is totally fine with me. I don't want to move him if I don't have to. Let's go ahead and take a step back. It looks like we are going to clear a Greater Rift 34, which is a new record for our monk. A new milestone indeed. Oh, please. Please. No, it's not a torch. It's not a torch. What is it? Balance. It is a balance. It's not bad. I actually used a balance for a short time after I found a pretty decent one. And I switched my Sunder out for a balance and then immediately found this sword. Alright, well, let's go ahead and upgrade my gem. I'm going to keep upgrading the Teguk because it increases my survivability as well. At this particular level of Rift, I mean, I don't have a great chance of upgrading this thing. The greater gems do go up to level 50, but it looks like I'm going to get this one up to 30. Great. You have a higher chance of upgrading your gem depending on the level of the Rift you're in, so getting this to 50 is certainly going to be a challenge in my current state, but it does significantly increase my damage. So does this one, actually. I wouldn't mind upgrading my Bane of the Trapped. That was pretty good. I think that's the highest level Greater Rift I've ever done in this game, actually. I believe my record on my old school Witch Doctor was 32. And I know I kind of stepped away from the game and wasn't trying to progress anymore. So I'm pretty proud of that. Pretty proud of that. Alright. We do have some blood shards, so let's go over here. This is what I've been doing with my time. It's like 2-3 clicks is usually all I get, but we did get a Scorn, which is kind of cool. I remember when this used to be like the best weapon ever back in vanilla Diablo. Alright, we'll go ahead and close this. We're Paragon level 262. And basically, I'm going to keep on keeping on. What I've been doing with my Keystone of Trials, just to make them last a little bit longer, is I'm not going straight for those high-level things. And I'm really not trying to only upgrade at one level at a time. What I've been doing is just going into the initial like placement match thing. Here, I'll show you. As soon as this closes. I've been going in here and then just piecing out and doing like the level 1 rift that you can breeze right through. Because you do have a chance of getting like legendaries even at that early stage. Like pretty good legendaries even at that early stage. I've just been piecing out and then going through the rifts at the normal pace. Usually I'll go up to like rank 12 after I clear Greater Rift 1. And you know, Greater Rift 1 takes like 3 minutes. So having a decent chance to get some decent legendaries in 3 minutes is something I don't mind doing at all. And then I won't try to delay the timer. Like I won't wait until there's 4 minutes and 30 seconds left. I'll just clear it and go up to whatever the next number is until I can't do it anymore. Until it hits like 30-ish. Granted, we did a 34 just now, and we had a little bit of time left, so we could potentially push 35, maybe even 36 with our potential gear. But yeah, this is what I've been doing. And it's been working out so far. I'm getting a lot of levels, I'm getting a lot of blood shards, and really I'm getting a lot of legendaries as well. But as always, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode of Free Time. I'm actually planning on playing this game a ton today. It's my Saturday. It's like my only day off of the week. So I'm planning on dedicating quite a bit of time to this. So maybe we'll make some strides. Maybe I'll get the torch. Maybe I'll get the Unity. But I do have a question for you guys still watching. First of all, thank you. I appreciate everyone that makes it to the end of one of my videos. Especially this series, because I know it's a bit more casual than the others. I even put in some chill-ass elevator music just to make it seem a bit more laid back, you know what I mean? But are you guys playing in Season 2? I'm legitimately interested to know, like, what class you're playing, what grade or rift you've been able to achieve. My goal for the season was to hit 40. So I'm just a few numbers away from that, and potentially I could be hitting that pretty soon, actually. If we get one of those upgrades. Also, are you planning on participating in the next season? I'm not just doing this for the sake of getting comments on a video. Like, I know some YouTubers are crazy about their comments. I mean, comments do help search results, don't get me wrong. But I'm like genuinely interested. I want to see how many of the bros are interested in Diablo, how many of them are playing Diablo. Because, you know, over the course of the past year, I've gained a fairly significant following of people who enjoy Blizzard games. So I'm just curious. I don't know what I'm going to be doing for the next season. I know some people are probably going to ask. I'm not sure what I'm doing. I kind of want to level another monk. I know monks are going to be changing pretty significantly. It's all going to be about attack speed next season, from what I understand. I don't know if that's actually true or not, but I used to level attack speed monks. You know, you get the electricity cyclone going with your crit hit chance all the way up, and you just like, there's nothing but blue tornadoes on your screen. That's all I used to do in this game. It was so fun. Okay, I said I was going to end this video, and I'm actually going to do it now. Thank you all for watching. If you don't mind giving me your opinions on the game, and, you know, if you're participating in the seasons and all that stuff I asked, I'd appreciate it. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.